Hello everyone, it's me, Dane. I'm playing Twilight Princess HD today. Is this not one of the most insane things you've ever read in your entire life? A Danish zoo has caused outrage by asking for unwanted small pets to feed its European lynx. Quote, "If you have an animal that needs to be removed, you are welcome to donate it to us." Dude, is that not crazy? This is like that's insane. Yeah, I don't really want my, my cat or my bunny rabbit or, I don't know, do they even accept like gerbils or like chinchillas or birds even? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, dude. That's like actually so crazy. Anyway, before anybody gets on my ass about emulating, which not many people do, but I just want to say it for the record in case anybody ever decides to pull up this stream years in the future and try to throw it against me. I have purchased Twilight Princess HD and a Wii U, therefore I am not breaking the law by emulating. I will plead the fifth on whether or not it's my own personal dump of the game, but I can say for a fact that I have purchased every version of Twilight Princess multiple times. So I am not breaking the law on doing this. But I will also doubly say I'm very excited to play this game. It is literally my favorite game of all time, if not, within the realm of my favorite game of all time. The other game that I ages ago, feels like ages ago, probably wasn't that long ago. It's probably only a few months ago at this point, but when I started playing Xenogears, the entire reason that I was playing Xenogears because I was like, dude, I want to get through all the Xeno games and then move into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and then 3, because 2 is also one of my favorite games of all time, and I haven't played 3 yet. Well, unfortunately, I have not gotten through Xenogears yet. I think I'm like at the halfway point, which is crazy because I think I've done like, I don't know, I want to say like 12 streams, 12, maybe 15 Xenogears streams. So I've done a lot, and I do still want to go back to it, but damn, that game kind of takes a lot out of me because of the age. And it's definitely a good game, but it takes a lot to like focus on it, I guess, and go through with the game itself. But I am enjoying that game, or I guess I did enjoy that game. I just haven't played it in a while. Twilight Princess, game I am relatively familiar with. I have played it an awful lot. I've certainly played it on stream an awful lot, but I guess it has been a while. It's been probably 2 years since I've streamed Twilight Princess, which means that that's the last time that I played the game as well. But the plan so far is to 100% it. Now, I know that this might be a big task. Do all the Poe-souls, get all the stamps. What are the other things? The golden bugs. I feel like the golden bugs are the easiest one. and then obviously all the collectibles and stuff. But I would like to 100% it because, dude, I love this game. I love every single piece of it. I am also still very lightheaded. I'm having a hard time focusing and a hard time breathing, if I'm being honest. And it's not from like a physical illness. Sorry, I'm gonna mute really quickly. It's not from a physical illness. I think it's all psychosomatic. But yesterday I got in. So a few months ago, or was it like 8 months ago? I don't know. A month and change ago, I had to go to the doctor because I had a shingles outbreak, which is, you know, absurd because I'm 25 and you're not supposed to get shingles until you're like late 50s, early 60s. Sorry, I'm muting again really quick. And I got invoiced for $6,600, which I have that money to pay, but I don't know, the fact that like it bypassed health insurance, and they came to me, and then I had to like deal with sorting out my health insurance and making sure that like the invoice wasn't overdraft feed, and so I wouldn't have to pay like a late charge fee, and going through like the hospital and going through the health insurance and dealing with work and dealing with the fact that I have a cat that doesn't like me. It's been overwhelming, to say the least. It's certainly been overwhelming. On top of the fact that if I can be vulnerable for a second and just kind of yap about my life, but it's kind of hard to like take care of business, you know? Like I'm trying to be an adult. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying not to eat too much. I'm trying not to get like the right nutrients in my body, and I'm trying not to overeat as well. I'm trying to drink a lot of water, and I'm trying to get a regular amount of sleep, and I'm trying to deal with my health because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so I'm just like in constant pain all the time as well. It's just a lot. And yesterday I was feeling really overwhelmed, and today honestly I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed as well. But I figured, what better way to not feel overwhelmed than just like sit down and play video games. And let me tell you, also, if you've never emulated a Nintendo game, that shit sucks. I think that the only Nintendo console that's like easy to emulate is GameCube, and that's just because it's so old. Good lord, I feel so sick to my stomach. I might need to step away for 2 seconds. Hello, sorry, I return. What was I talking about? Life being hard. That sounds about right. I don't know. I certainly still feel winded, to say the least, especially regarding just living. And yesterday was definitely just like a straw that broke the camel's back moment, where I already feel, and I didn't mean for the beginning of stream to be me dumping my heart on the floor, but here we are. Hi, Mr. Drake. Sorry if you joined in while I was muted. I did do a little bit of precursor, but dude, I feel like I've been losing grasp over my life, just like straight up. I feel like it has been an uphill battle for sure, of being an adult, of caring for myself, and making sure that I have everything under control. And the reality of the situation is I don't have everything under control, you know? I'm very much so at the mercy of the people in my life that have control over me, you know? If I'm not pulling my weight at work, if I'm not doing what it is that my boss really wants me to do, then damn, I'm kaput. If I get like horribly sick, in some essence of capacity, then I'm shot. Even something as little as going to see friends or family, like I'm so far away, because the worst part about being 1,000 miles away, literally 1,000 miles away from friends and family, is with my limited vacation time, 2 days are devoted, one day to travel. One day is going to be going to wherever it is that I'm traveling to, and one day is going to be traveling home to wherever I travel to. That's just like the reality of the fact. So I don't know. It's just a lot, and I had certainly been feeling melancholy towards the purviews of my life, of the fact that I'd like to eat less and exercise more, and then I eat less and exercise more, and it's like, well shit, I'm hungry all the time, right? And being hungry all the time sucks, like a lot. Like I'd love to be able to eat pastas and burgers and sandwiches and, you know, all those foods that I really, really enjoy, but unfortunately all those foods are really bad for you. So maybe I need to get more creative, I suppose, but it's a rough one. It's a rough one for sure. And work has been work. Can't really complain about it, but I can say that it is undoubtedly a means to an end, I guess. It's no streaming, it's no cooking, and it's certainly no like actual mathematics. And I have recently been coming into this realization that I am learning a lot of stuff, and I'm not saying that I dislike my job. I love my job. I love the work that I do, but and I'm very fortunate for the opportunity that's been given to me, but I am uncertain, or I am undoubtedly, not uncertainly, but I am undoubtedly not doing my passions, and I am certainly not following my dreams by working, which is, you know, you win some, you lose some. That's just kind of the way that life is, right? You kind of don't have your not everyone has the opportunity to do what it is that they love, right? So, but yeah, that's part of the reason that I haven't been streaming. I just feel like, not even I just have a lot on my plate, but like, damn, I just feel like I need to relax. I feel like I just need to sit down and like breathe for a second. I've been going on walks a lot recently to just like not interact with people, because I just feel like my stress levels have been through the roof. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's everything. I don't know if anyone else has been going through similar things. I feel like this is probably the most normal 25-year-old experience on the planet, to feel like life is not within your grasp, and struggling to like hold it all together. But doesn't change the fact that it's hard to deal with, even if it is a very common experience. But I certainly feel like, and I don't mean to superimpose my problems over anyone else's, but I certainly feel like I am in a bit of a unique situation, being predisposed towards a lot of physical ailments. You know, I've got POTS, I've got EDS, I'm a heart attack survivor 2 times. I moved 1,000 miles away from anyone I ever knew or loved. Was dropped into a town with no population that is essentially exists just so that people can work. It's like, damn, I'm having trouble coming to terms with everything that's happening in my life. It's just a lot. And sometimes I feel like I need to take a break and take a breather. And sometimes I feel like I need to throw it all on the ground and go do something else and retake control over my life. But the reality of the situation is like, damn, that's not smart. It's not smart to do that. The bright side is, right, I have so much free time. I'm paid more than well enough. You know, I live a very luxurious life for what it is that I do. I have so much free time. I have a well-paying job. I have the ability to eat whatever food I want. I have promise of progression in my career. Like, everything is good, but it kind of sucks that like it kind of sucks that I don't have any control over my life, you know. Nothing wrong with taking a breath, and yeah, it's definitely just something that happens. Glad you're holding yourself together. Damn, the town part is crazy. Holy shit, I'm on a 20-second or so delay. I guess I don't know if that's my internet or if that's stream or if that's just the fact that we're really far away. Oh, hi, Mimi. Mimi's been walking around a lot. Mimi, I'm playing the game that you were named after. Your name is Midna. I'm playing Twilight Princess. I mean, I guess I'm not playing it like right now, but I'm about to start playing it. I guess I've been yapping for 15 minutes or so. And I'm gonna keep on yapping, but I know I've mentioned this before, but from a standpoint of like it's hard to meet people when you're in a town with a population of 0, and the population that does exist in the town is a little bit older, a little bit older than my age bracket, right? My age bracket being like 20 to 40, right, is probably what I'm comfortable talking to, hanging out with. But I really like, I've got a really good group of friends, 100%, 100 million %. And there's no but to this. The follow-up is, I would like to meet more people, because I've always liked to meet more people. That's something that's like always been a passion of mine. When I was hosting tournaments for Super Smash Brothers and whatever fighting game we decided to play as well, I felt like I always had the opportunity to meet new people. And something that streaming has done, for sure, it's allowed me to meet a lot of people and kind of create that sense of connection. But I don't think that it's on the scale that I'm super satisfied with. And it's really, really hard to meet new people when I am so disconnected from like every community that I'm a part of. It was so easy in 14, right? Just join a raid group, you meet 7 people, boom, done, taken care of. Unfortunately, 14 is like the worst game fucking ever. So we're not gonna do. Oh my god, I had a gamer moment at work the other day last week. We were doing last Wednesday. We had like these rooms where we would sit in, like talk and just connect with people. Not talk about work at all. Just talk about like what's in our life. And someone brought up like video games and they asked me for my opinion on something. I don't remember how we got onto it, but they were like, have you ever played Multiverses? And if you don't know what Multiverses is, it's like the Warner Brothers version of Super Smash Bros. I don't worry, I'm never streaming 14 again. I'm probably never playing 14 again, Mr. Drake, so you don't have to worry about that. But they asked me if I'd ever played the Warner Bros. Super Smash Bros. Called Multiverses. And I was like, oh, well, you know, I've dabbled in Smash Bros. Before. I've dabbled in those games. You know, I used to run the tournaments, and people kind of like low-key know it. But I like went through the explaining of it again, of everything that's going into it. And they were like, so do you like Multiverses? Like, do you think that it has a chance to be a competitor towards Super Smash Bros. Like in the market? I was like, first off, I'm pretty sure they end of service. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not a game anymore. Second off, I like, in terms of my opinion on game design, I think that in the space that something exists, whether that be Super Smash Bros. Or whether that be what was the other game? Whether that be Genshin Impact, or whether that be Final Fantasy XIV Online. Good evening, Mr. Locke. It's been a long time since you've been in stream. You have to do something differently. You have to do something that isn't the status quo. It can't just be, this is my version of this game, right? Like, we saw Hollow Knight's success, and then we got a billion games that were, I really liked Hollow Knight, so I'm going to do my own version of Hollow Knight, right? I appreciate you stopping by, Mr. Locke. I always appreciate you coming by. I can't believe that this is probably the longest pre-stream yap that I've had in a while. And so I talked about that with Smash Bros. And how I felt like Multiverses would never be able to truly break into the platform fighter space because Smash Bros. Is such a titan, and you can't just be like, oh, well, this is my take on Smash Bros. With these characters, because why would you ever just not play Smash Bros. At that point? And so I talked about Rivals of Aether, which, if you don't know, Rivals of Aether was like the most prolific Smash clone to come out. And the way it was sold, right, the way that Rivals of Aether was sold to us as a consumer was, hey guys, I heard you guys really like Melee, but there's a couple of things in Melee that make it a little, you know, user unfriendly, right? Like ledge grabbing. I think that ledges inherently are a little toxic and a little boring. So we have revamped the movement and to accommodate for the fact that we are removing ledge grabbing, right? That was what Rivals of Aether were sold to us as. It was Melee without ledge grabbing, and we rebalance it a little bit so that we don't have to deal with ledge grabbing, right? And it did really, really well. It did incredibly well for a game that is like literally ripping off Super Smash Brothers. It is Super Smash Brothers, but again, it did incredibly well. It felt very unique. And then all of a sudden, Rivals of Aether 2 comes out, and they sell it to us. They go, guys, it's Rivals of Aether, except we've added ledge grabbing. Dog, that was the only reason people played Rivals of Aether. Why would people play Rivals of Aether 2 if it has ledge grabbing? They're just gonna go back to Melee, which is undisputably the best version of that game. Like, you have to make it unique in some sense. You know, in Genshin, Genshin was here's Breath of the Wild, except the open world isn't empty, right? And yeah, I don't think the Rivals of Aether is a very good game either. It certainly wasn't for me. But I can 100% understand the appeal of people going to that game over Melee. But when Genshin came out and it was like, this is Breath of the Wild, this is a Breath of the Wild adjacent game, right? And they did the full whatever. When Genshin saw its success and when Breath of the Wild saw its success, how many games did we see come out that were like, yo, it's Breath of the Wild, but again, right? We got what was that game that was like based on the Greek pantheon? And it was literally just Breath of the Wild. Like it was straight up just Breath of the Wild. I don't remember what it was called. Genuinely can't remember what it was called. But then I'm thinking of Phoenix. Thank you so much, Locke. I knew you would know. And then in Genshin, we got Tower of Fantasy, right? Like, you can't just release games that are worse versions of other games. I'm certain Phoenix actually is better. I haven't played it, but worse was a bad way of putting it. Worse genuinely was a bad way of putting it, because it's not what I meant. You have to do something to distinctify yourself from something that is massively enjoyable. There were a billion Hollow Knight clones. I'm certain a good amount of them were actually good games, 100%. However, none of them will get that like resounding success unless it was something unique and big, right? Are there any Silk Song clones? You make a good point. Point of what I'm saying is, I went through this entire talk at work because people asked me for my opinions on game design, and like a third of the way into my talk, they realized like, oh fuck, we should not have asked him this. and I don't know, I just had a real gamer moment when, let's be real for a second, that is not a gamer moment, okay? I feel like most gamers do not have like as strong opinions on this as me. I think that I just like look at games in a very different lens than most people. I think that a lot of the people that I surround myself also have that lens, right? I'm willing to bet, Locke, that you think of games in a very similar capacity, right? You're 100% correct on that as well. I also hate slop more than a lot of people do. And which is also crazy because like to some extent I also love slop, like, but it has to be a passionate, unique slop. It can't be slop that exists for the sake of existing, right? It can't be slop from a corporatized version of a game, right? And that's what I hate about fighting games right now. Exactly, it can't be Heartbound versus Undertale Deltarune, because Heartbound is fucking slop. It's slop that was made to profit off of the Undertale Deltarune fandom. Like 100%. It existed to draw an audience away from. They were like, oh, well, you can target that audience with this type of game. Well, I guess I can target that audience with this type of game. And that like doesn't feel good. It's the same way that I feel about fighting games right now. As soon as Street Fighter V came out, Street Fighter V was like, oh, we can target our games towards this audience and get a guaranteed flow of income. I guess that's what we'll do from now on. And then Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. And then, I don't know, the fucking 9 billion Kusoge that came out. You know, we got BB Tag. We got, whatever the fuck Tekken 8 is, dude. Like, yeah, Tokon looks so god awful, man. Every single Mortal Kombat game in the history of time ever. Dude, I don't even know. I have quite enjoyed the crowd of people that quote unquote play fighting games. I don't mean to make it like diminutive. I did see Lucy. I mean, that got announced a long time ago, but I saw the trailer. She looks so out of place. But like, there is 100% a crowd. Oh, I haven't really seen her kit. But there's 100% a crowd of people who play fighting games, quote unquote fighting games. And what they mean by fighting games is they mean like Naruto, you know, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, or what's that one Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, or things like that. There's like a crowd of people that really, really enjoy those types of fighting games that are seeing Tokon and they're going like, this isn't a fighting game. What the fuck are you talking about? This is cringe. This is like genuinely cringe. You're like, what? This shit is what you guys consider fighting games? This is a cash grab. And the crazy thing is, I do agree that it's a cash grab. I do 100% agree that it's a cash grab, but calling it not a fighting game is like wrong for a different reason. It's like someone saying that you don't need to do good damage to be a good 14 player. And it's like, you're right. I do agree with you. I do agree that doing damage is not the baseline for being good at 14. However, if you don't do good damage, you're not allowed to say that. Right? Like, you're missing the ethos from your argument. Ethos, right? That's the word that you use for it. I don't know. I've talked about fighting games, and I've talked about 14, and I've talked about slop, and I've talked about games that are extrapolating off of other games that aren't doing anything unique. So many times. So many times. But it's crazy how it's just always relevant. It's crazy how it's literally always relevant. And I genuinely think that the biggest issue that plagues the modern day gaming community is that the people who are most vocal do not critically think about what the things they're asking for. So something that I always drew towards. Hold on, I was like, let's do some MS Paint, do some Pirate Software style game talk. In Super Smash Bros, right? In Super Smash Bros, a common thing that like low level to mid level players will say is they wish that's an awful arrow. They wish that super heavies are viable. They wish that super heavies are viable. And they don't understand what asking for this means, right? Like it means unhealthiness for the game and for the community, because super heavies in essence are like are made in such a way that if they were good, then it wouldn't be good for the overall game, right? They would be an unhealthy top tier versus a super healthy top tier. Let's say like Sheik, right? In the modern day, Sheik in the modern day would be a healthy top tier. And like the flip side of this, so super heavies contribute towards cast diversity, which I think is important, especially in games like fighting games, but also they exist for being, they have to be intentionally bad, right? Intentionally bad. That's how this works. If you're going to have, and when you select a super heavy, you as the player have to come to terms with the fact that you are playing a bottom tier character. And that exists in all fighting games and every competitive game known to man. That when you are going into something and you are on character select screen and you choose something that is bad, you have to come to terms with the fact that you are playing at a natural disadvantage because you choose something that is bad. This character, though, can't exist as good. If you like this type of character, like in more traditional fighting games, it would be, you know, the really, really big guys, the really slow guys. In some games, they've taken it to be like zoners in games that are really rushdown heavy. A lot of zoners aren't super viable. In Under Night, that's Hilda, right? Hilda is not super viable. Vatista's a zoner, but she's like literally top tier, so let's not talk about that. Same thing in BlazBlue. A lot of zoners in BlazBlue aren't viable, even if Rachel is a top tier character. She is like the only zoner that is top tier. If you choose a bottom tier character because you like their play style, you have to understand that they are bottom tier, that you selecting that character is bottom tier. The flip side of this is in 14, right? The flip side of this is in 14, where there is no bottom tier. There is no bottom tier. All equal, right? The word that everyone used was homogenization. And I hate buzzwords, but it is homogeneous. All equal, homogeneous, right? And the benefits of this are it's balanced, right? The downsides of this is no identity for anything. And so if you exist in this space where it's like every character needs to be viable, every character needs to, when you load into the game, everyone should have an equal chance of playing. Let's look at the League of Legends roster, right? Like 150 champions, right? Every single character being viable, even the characters where their entire kit is just walk at you, click on you, and you die. You're telling me that those characters deserve to be viable? Like, no. True game balance should never exist in a competitive game, because for the health of the game to contribute towards all players, right, you have to have a diverse cast. And if you have a diverse cast, then it's not going to be balanced. And that's one of the biggest issues that's plaguing Strive right now in modern day game design, that like every character is just, I walk up to you, I do my close slash, I do a quick combo on you. Now, some characters are more obnoxious than others, you know. I think that Strive has elected to have a diverse cast and then also have super heavies be viable, right? Gold Lewis is annoying as fuck and Potemkin's annoying as fuck. But like, that's not healthy. Those characters shouldn't exist in a space. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to just touch someone and kill them. Part of competitive games is having that like character diversity and having the interactions between players and kind of like, you know, flowing around that, flowing with the game state. But in 14, all of the interactions between characters are the same. So it doesn't really feel good because there's no identity to what you're doing. I don't know. It's an odd purview. Shut the mods, ban that guy, please. What else? Is this pretty much just the end of the talk, I guess? I don't know. Competitive games are super, it's super, what the? Are super rough. I get it. It's hard to create a game, but realistically, like if you wanted a true, I'm not going to be able to. Here, perfect. What was it? 3 point? Yeah. If you want to make a competitive game, comp game, right? There has to be variety. There has to be. There has to be skill expression. And skill expression can be two different things, right? It can be macro or it can be micro. Macro game knowledge or micro gameplay, right? And then I guess we get into game stuff, which this falls under the purview of just general game design, which is has to be fun first and foremost. Has to be fun. Has to have a concept, right? You have to have some sort of game plan going into it. Aesthetically pleasing. And it has to be unique, right? I think that's everything, no? I guess that's my list. And I think that a lot of games have cut this out, have reduced this a shit ton on both of these fronts, both macro and micro. Fun is subjective, right? This, I mean, I think that conceptually most games kind of got their stuff down. Aesthetic and uniqueness, both of these are just copies. They just copy whatever's popular. You don't see anything that's got like a uniqueness anymore. But I think that fun is subjective. I think that most games have a concept down at least. But variety has been thrown to the wall, thrown to the wayside. Skill expression is at an all-time low due to accessibility. I love buzzwords. Accessibility. Ability. Are there 2 C's in accessibility? I don't know. And like, I don't think that this is something that I said in 14 a lot, but I don't understand why people take away toys from people to ensure that one part of the audience has access to toys. Like, you can give toys to everyone. That's part of the variety, right? You can have some super high skill ceiling, high skill expression, and you can have things that are super low skill requirement, low skill expression, super simple to grasp. Anyone can pick it up and just start hitting buttons. And like, that's the way it's always been. Normally, the trade-off is that if you have something that's super simple, they're kept intentionally bad because someone whose game plan is walk at you, look at you, and kill you is not super healthy. So normally, if a character has that like super simple click on you and you die playstyle, they're kept intentionally low on the tier list, right? I'm thinking like old Garen, old Talon, right? Old Poppy, old Urgot. Obviously, these are like League of Legends examples and aren't really conducive to my audience because no one in my audience plays League of Legends. But like, League did it pretty well. They had a wide variety of characters. They currently have a wide variety of characters. Some are kept intentionally low because they're not super healthy for the game. And the game's competitiveness is the only thing that keeps it alive. So, you know, I think that League of Legends is fun in a vacuum, right? I think that it's a well-made game to an extent. I think that devoting yourself to it is certainly unhealthy, but like that's how most things are, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I think I've yapped long enough. I've got ads starting in 10 minutes. I'm gonna set up Twilight Princess. I know everyone here is subbed, but I'm gonna run a quick ad break and set up Twilight Princess, and then I'll be back and we'll start playing then. All right. To be fair, Mr. Drake, that is a setting that you have to enable. I know that like a lot of the VTubers that I watch, which let's not even get me started on VTubers in recent times. You know what? Actually, let's get started on VTubers in recent times. I feel like there is something that I have to bring up about this. So first off, what I was about to say is I know the VTubers all have that thing disabled so that they can cut that off. Cut that off from their like if they do something that they're not supposed to do on stream, and then after the stream they can like cut it out. Like it's a setting that you have to enable to do that. I know that like literally every corporate VTuber has it turned off so that you can't go back and like clip them out of context. It's like done for the protection of the streamer, which I think is pretty good for sure. But if you're unaware of the VTuber space, recently Sarah's Fauna, now Nimmy Nightmare, announced that she is getting married, and there was like a massive uproar on the internet of people being in support of her, of people not being in support of her, people being like, oh my god, you betrayed me, whatever. The point being that I think that people being parasocial has gone way too fucking far. Like absurdly far. And maybe this is part of the fact that the communities that I like enjoy tend to be a younger audience, right? A lot of VTuber fans tend to be in like the 15 to 18 range. But regardless, all the people that are like, oh my god, like all you people are so awful, you have to support Nimmy, blah, 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 blah. like, no, idol culture is a mess. Idol culture is a mess. I'm not even speaking out about people saying stuff like, people saying stuff like, oh my God, like she had a boyfriend this whole time. That she betrayed our trust, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like that obviously that's like awful, right? That's stupid. The other side of that, the other opposite end of the spectrum of parasocialness is people being like, this is so awful. All these people are doing it. Like, they should be killed. I support Nimi no matter what she does. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you being parasocial on the other side of the spectrum of being like, no matter what this person does, I will always support them. That's just as parasocial as the people who are being like, oh my God, she had a boyfriend this whole time. I can't believe that she betrayed her trust like this. Like, does that make sense? Does like what I'm saying make sense? Or am I being insane here? Like, it's just as gross to be like this stan culture in general is just as gross as people being like, oh my God, she has a boyfriend, I don't like her anymore. You know? Or am I insane? Am I insane on this one? Maybe I'm being misogynistic here and I really don't intend to be. But like, I feel gross when I see other people being that diehard loyal to something. You're insane, but not for this. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I felt like I had to get that off my chest, though. 100% I felt like I needed to get that off my chest. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Hello? Oh, boy. Oh. I do think that my controls are flipped. Can I? Okay. Hold on a sec. I think my buttons are flipped. Input settings. Ah, yes. They are exactly flipped. X, Y. Okay. So now, when I do this. Ah, perfect. Okay. So now I go back here. And I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this. Okay. Do you guys mind if I stay as Link? Okay, but also I'm like not. Yeah, stay as Link. I've never felt like Link is a self-insert character, even though like by definition he kind of is. But I've literally never been like, yeah, I think I'll put my name here. Like, Link is the protagonist of the game, not me, you know? Although I've never claimed to be a good person. I've never claimed to be a nice person even. But I do try my best to be inclusive, and I try my best to be kind, to the best of my ability. I don't always succeed, but who does, you know? It's a growing, everyone matures at different rates. I'm not trying to call you one either. In hero mode, the damage you take will be doubled and no hearts will drop. I think we'll do normal mode. You can call me a pussy, I don't care. Tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls? They say it's the only time when our world intersects with theirs. The only time we can feel the lingering regrets of spirits who have left our world. Oh, Doc, also, by the way, Mr. Doc, and everyone else, I feel the need to make a formal announcement about this. I'm certain no one cares, but I am officially quitting Granblue Fantasy. I am calling it. It is over. 100% it is over. I might read the story when it comes out. If you haven't heard the most recent news, the last patch of the story is going to be October 22nd. I might read the finale, but if I'm being entirely honest, towards the game, I think that I have beaten the game. There is quite literally nothing left for me to do other than wait for more content and pull new characters. B, keeping up with the game is insanely expensive. Even compared to one of the most predatory games on the market, right? Let's be completely honest. Hoyoverse games are incredibly predatory. It is at most $200, $200 USD every couple of months to keep up with Genshin, right? Genshin or Star Rail or whatever your Hoyoverse game of choice is, right? And I have been playing those games, and I'll admit I do spend some money on them. However, keeping up in Granblue, right? Let's say in Genshin or in Star Rail or whatever, their patch cycle is roughly 9 weeks, right? Roughly 6 to 9 weeks to like pull a character. So let's say 6 to 9 weeks you spent. So every 2 months roughly, you spend $200 on the game, which is pretty pricey for a hobby, right? In Granblue, you get a new character every 2 weeks. Do you want to know how much it costs to get a new character in Granblue? $680 USD. $680 USD. And that's just getting one copy. On top of the fact that playing the game, sitting there, grinding gold bars, grinding sands, grinding whatever it is that you need, is like 5 to 6 hours a day. Hoyoverse games are 15 minutes tops, dude. 15 minutes tops. And yes, ZZZ is incredibly chill. I haven't spent $1 on ZZZ. Straight up, I'm completely free to play in ZZZ. And I have literally everything. I have an E2 Yishuan, E2 or M2 R1 Yishuan. I've got Jufufu. I've got Astra Yao. I've got Vivian. I've got the new girl. I've got Yuzuha. I literally have all these characters. Haven't spent a dime on ZZZ. Not 1 cent on ZZZ. Not even like Battle Pass and Welkin, right? But exactly. That's the PS5 with some games. That's a new phone. That's, I don't know, months upon months of food, right? Yeah, Granblue is incredibly high investment USD wise, right? And it's incredibly high investment time wise. And for someone who doesn't have much to do in the game other than grind gold bars, I just don't think that it's worth it for me to stress about keeping up with the game in general, and keeping up with the meta and keeping up with the life cycle of the game, worrying if it's going to EOS anytime soon, which it kind of seems like it is, if I'm being honest with you. It's a lot, and I'll come back if anyone ever wants me to help carry them in something, right? If anyone wants wants me to carry them, because I am endgame. I'm literally done. Or honestly, doubling down, if anyone wants to purchase my account, I'd be willing to part with it for an extremely under market value price. Right? Like in terms of USD, my account is probably worth 5 figures. I'd be willing to part with it for way less than that. So if anyone would like it, I'm more than willing to sell it. Limbus Company, all right, I don't mean to not play the video game that's in front of me, but Limbus Company is not a video game. And Drake can back me up on this 100%. Drake can back me up on this 100%. There is no gameplay in Limbus Company. On top of the fact that there's no gameplay in Limbus Company, design-wise, they have backed themselves into a horrible corner. And I recently had this conversation with some of my other Limbus Company friends, but Limbus Company has a really big issue, right? No. Let's talk about from the purview of Limbus Company being a gacha game and not from the purview of it being a visual novel, right? Which, like, in all honesty, that is probably the best way to experience it. Just read the story and forget about everything else. Limbus Company, from a gameplay perspective, the only part of the gameplay that exists is hitting auto battle. There is no meaningful direction that you can do in Limbus Company's gameplay whatsoever, other than your team building in itself. And team building doesn't work because half of the keywords are fucking worthless, right? And shouldn't be worthless. They should be like actual keywords. So keywords are like elements in the game. So you've got poise, which is like crit. You've got Tremor, which is like a combo oriented thing. And Tremor's really cool and Poise is really cool. But then you have like the other half of the keywords. You have syncing. Syncing syncing game plan wise. So let's preview. Syncing is unviable. It's so fucking bad. And by unviable, I mean that it's like really, really bad, but you can clear all content with anything, so it doesn't really matter. But syncing is really, really bad because it doesn't even get to do its game plan. Because its game plan is that the enemy does not get to take a turn, essentially. It just ignores all mechanics of the game. When that gets to do its game plan properly, there becomes no counterplay. Why the fuck would they design a game like that? Like, why would they design their gameplay like that? There's no way for it to be competitively viable without it being so overwhelming that it's just far and away the best thing in the entire game, right? There's another keyword, bleed. Bleed does its damage regardless of whether or not you actually get to hit them. All you do is apply the debuff, and then even if you lose every single clash in the game, you still kill them because that's how the damage works. Rupture is like the other way around. You ignore every single clash. You just single-sided into it. You ignore every single attack the boss is doing and one-shot them. Like, there's no gameplay. They have created overwhelmingly OP things, and there's no player decision-making that's necessary because you literally just auto-paddle through everything. And I genuinely don't know how they're going to fix it. Like, without completely revamping the game and just making it Ruina, Library of Ruina, which is the predecessor game, like, which had immaculate gameplay and is honestly a super big issue that I have with Limbus as a whole. The fact that both LobCorp and Ruina had amazing gameplay, and now Limbus going into it is like the worst gameplay I've ever played in my entire fucking life and has some of the worst balance issues that I've ever had in my entire life. Like, it's awful. So needless to say, I'm not really playing Limbus anymore either, but I'll always go back to Limbus for the story because that's what I actually care about. But I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. Dane play Lost Ark with us. Isn't that also a gacha game? Isn't Lost Ark just like praying that you hit your taps? Essentially, it's like relic farming. It's a Korean MMO. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't give the Hi Eric. It's been a long time. Good lord. It's like easy to play casually now. I never gave Lost Ark the honest try that I said that I would. So maybe one day I'd be willing to give it a shot. Lost Ark is level multiple characters to cap your dailies. Do you truly need multiple characters to play Lost Ark? Not necessary anymore. Interesting. It has love. How art thou? I'm doing well. You missed my hour-long rant about how I'm not doing well. So now that I've gotten the rant out, I am doing well. Crazy how that works. But the previous rant at the very beginning of the stream, the like first half hour of stream, was me talking about how I feel like I don't have any control over my life and being an adult is incredibly fucking stressful. But now that I've gotten it out of my system, I'm all good. So I'm peachy keen, bro. Obviously, there's always benefits to alts, but it's not really a necessity. So something that I kind of had an issue with Lost Ark was that I don't want to say that I didn't vibe with the gameplay, but like I didn't understand how to be sauceful. Does that make sense? Is sauceful a word? You understand what I'm saying with that, right? Like I don't understand how to make the game saucy. And I feel like everyone that's like sold me on the game has been like, dude, the game's got sauce. Like you can go fucking crazy. And every time I tried to play the game, I was like, dude, there is no fucking sauce. Sauceful is a good way of putting it, no? You'd be someone that would play casually anyway, hours-wise, where you wouldn't really want more than 2 characters. And yeah, I was really giga early. I only have like a couple of hours in it. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I miss Smash Bros. So much. I miss Smash Bros. Like an insane amount. There's a power pass right now where you skip to a significant part of the game where there's still progression ahead of you, but you can play the game. Is there like... English is not a real language because sauceful makes sense. Is there a way that I can skip the story, like, in its entirety? I'm even willing to pay money for it the same way in 14. Like, I'll be honest. So, there are games where I love the story, for sure. Playing, if I was to get into Lost Ark, I would not be playing for the story. And when I'm not playing a game for the story, I don't really want to waste my time on the story either. Like how it was in 14 for a very long time, where I was like, I'm not playing 14 to play, like, the story, you know? I ran into Rodbot a couple of days ago. I hadn't seen him in years. You probably have seen him earlier than I have. I don't talk with him for a variety of reasons. Mainly because I feel like he is partially the reason why I was kind of excommunicado from VCU FGC. But I have heard that he has matured, as many people do over the years. Ricardo recently came in, Mr. Blue, if you remember him, Eric, came in and was like, I feel like they've matured a lot, but I'll be honest, I think that they have done enough wrong to me in my life that I just don't really want to interact with them anymore. You can spend money on a further power pass, but you can skip text/cutscenes. It'd be like skipping XIV, where you do get shoved into solo instances and stuff like that, but continents nowadays, if you're skipping, only take a couple hours, and it rewards usually a good amount of EXP and upgrade materials. Let's see. Because going through the 14 story is like if you were to go through an entire expansion's worth and skip everything, it's like roughly 12 hours. Oof, yeah, I forgot you told me this before. You know, I was kind of already falling from Smash during the time, so I wasn't around. Yeah, no worries. I don't have any, like, ill will towards them or anything. It's just, like, they're just, like, not a part of my life anymore, and it was, like, a conscious decision to not make them a part of my life. I just kind of felt like, so, I mean, something that was really, really bad. I feel so awfully, by the way, for, like, literally turning on the game and just, like, immediately starting to talk again. But, like, something that I was, when I came to Richmond, right? When I came to Richmond and I was fresh off the cave and I said, you know what? I'm going to find what the local was. I went to the local, I went to Anvil, right? And what I felt at Anvil was, oh my God, this community is so cliquey. I am not good enough as a player for people to give me the time of day as a human being. Because everything that I felt in the Smash community as a whole, and something that I see in the larger FGC nowadays, is the better you are at the game, the better you are as a person. And the better you are as a person is the more time that I devote to you, the more I worship you, whatever. And I know this is weird coming from me because I was 100% worshipped in that community. People literally called me God, and like I would shit on the floor and people would kiss it and call it candy, right? But like, regardless of that, I made it my goal, my number one goal, to be as inclusive to everyone as possible, right? That was undoubtedly what I wanted. I wanted to shift the mindscape of everyone to be like, every person here is allowed to be here. The goal is for everyone to, at the end of the week, take all of your stresses, remove them, have us all come together towards this common goal of just playing video games together, trying to get better at it. It's a competitive game. We're all a big community. We're all in this together. And I felt like I succeeded to at least some extent. There are so many things that I could have done better. It was my first time, man. Like, of course, you know, like, that's just like the way that things work. As soon as I would love to talk about it, Kara. I appreciate it. As soon as I stepped away, / as soon as control was seized from me, something that everyone would always talk to me about was, Dane, we need to make a separate group, a separate Discord server where you decide who is in the in crowd, in the, like, in quotation marks, the in crowd, where these are like the cool people that we give special values to, and everyone else is cringe and we hate them. I was so adamant against this. I was so adamant against it. We cannot make a cool kids club because that is exclusive towards other player and creates a clique, which is exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want it to feel like you had to be friends with me to be like in the community. What I wanted the community to be was no matter who you were, you could always look at me. You could always look at me and know there was at least one person that they could go to have someone to turn to, you know? Like, even if you knew no one else at the tournament, you could go, hey, I know Dane. I think that he's a good guy. Even if we're not friends, right? I can still see him as a figurehead that is a paragon that I can look forward to and rely upon, right? Not someone that is going to kick me to the curb because I'm not in his in-group, right? Those are two very separate things. And I tried so fucking hard. And like, I don't think that I can even put it into words how hard it was to create a community like that, because of how like deeply ingrained into people's brains it is that if you're not good at the game, then you're not worth anyone's time. Right? It's absurd. It's absurd how much work I had to put in to do this. Even something as little as using someone's correct pronouns, right? You know, we used to joke about this being a cult, but like the amount of people that I have a very, very close friend of mine, an incredibly close friend of mine. I'm not going to talk about anything regarding identity or anything or say any names, but they would just constantly dead name her, constantly use he, him. To this day, they still do. To this day, they still do. Like, and literally, as soon as I left the community, people stopped making an effort about it. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you can't do that, man. Like, you can't fucking do that. You literally cannot do that. It's so gross. It's so fucking gross. And it's literally, as soon as I left, people started making cliques. People made their own Discord server where you have to be friends with the people at the top to be able to get into it and play games. The scene started dying. Like, I'm not saying that everyone's a bad apple, but like, the years of my life that I devoted towards creating an all-inclusive community got stripped away in a moment, literally in a moment, because I handed off the reins to the wrong person. And like, I'm certain that people have matured. I'm certain that Cisco and Rodbod and everyone has matured. 100%, everyone matures to some extent, or at least we can hope that they do. But like, the fact that even happened in the first place means I don't want to interact with them for the rest of my life, dude. Like, genuinely, for the rest of my life, I don't want to interact with them. I think they are disgusting human beings. And maybe that's hyperbolic, but like, dude, that was my life that they took away from me. That was literally everything I worked for got taken away from me. And I initially left on good terms. Like, I left because I was like, I think that I'd rather focus my time somewhere else. But then it wasn't that I left on good terms. It was I left on good terms, and then all the shit happened with Cisco and with Rodbod, and then it was, sorry, you're not welcome here anymore. Dude, I built the fucking building that you're standing on. I put the fucking floorboards on the ground, man. Like, are you joking? You're not welcome here anymore? I built your house. Jesus Christ, man. Do you know how much? Genuinely, I am not a doctor right now because of that. Like, straight up, straight up, do you know how much I've sacrificed? I'm not a doctor right now because of how much I sacrificed. Because I decided that I wanted to do something that I am more natural at. I said that I'd like to do something that requires less studying that I have natural gift for. I'm going to swap my efforts towards mathematics, because mathematics to me is easy. Straight up, I can do it in an instant. There's literally nothing in math that requires me to study because I have such a fundamental understanding of it. I am just talented at math. I wanted to be a pharmacist. But I said pharmacy is too much effort for me to devote to because I am doing this other thing that is my passion, that I'm literally devoting my life to. Like, I'm just saying, I have sacrificed a lot. And it literally got taken away from me. Like, that's the level of hatred that I have in me. And like, obviously it's not healthy to have that level of pent up hatred towards these people that have like literally no impact on my life and probably don't even think about me. But like, genuinely, do you know how much I sacrificed, man? Like, I'm pretty happy with my state in life, but dude, I did an absurd amount for that community for the way I was treated. An absurd amount for that community for the way I was treated. And once again, I wasn't all in the right. I wasn't all in the right. But I can say without a doubt in my mind that I put 100% into ensuring that there was a community where everyone was happy and everyone was accepted and inclusive. Right? What community? The Smash/fighting games community. And literally the second that I walked away, it was immediately taken away from me. So yeah. That's where that anger comes from, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I don't even... Is everyone still in the mood to watch Twilight Princess? Hell yeah. All right. People... Well, it's not about being ungrateful. It's that... And we can get into, like, politics as well. Because this is... Let's be real for a second. This is not an issue that exists solely within the Smash community, solely within the FGC. This is an issue of, like, the human psyche, right? There is an ever-long purveying mentality in the human public, in the human... It's not a North American thing. It's not even a United States thing, as much as many people would like to point at the United States and say, haha, your political system is failing. It's not. It's not just the United States. It's literally the entire world. There is this mentality that is purveying among humanity, where it is, I am either in the in-group, I want to be in the in-group, or I, at the very least, I don't want to be in the out-group. And everyone in the out-group is awful. They're awful people. I don't want anything to do with them. In fact, we should spit on them. They should all be at the bottom rungs of society. Only my in-group should be taken care of, right? Rather than this idea that all people are equal, all people deserve basic rights, healthcare should be a basic necessity for all, you know? But, like, that's what Europeans like to laugh at Americans for, right? We don't have basic healthcare. They deserve that, you know? They deserve to laugh at us, 100%. They have earned that right. However, it's not just from, like, a basic human necessity thing. It's an everyone thing. It's, oh, you like this thing and I like this thing? Well, you're subservient to me because you don't like the right things, or you don't talk the right way, or you have a different culture than mine, you know? Let's talk about Israel really quickly. Like, you know, Israel thinks that Palestinians shouldn't exist. They just walk in there and steal their homes. Are you fucking kidding me? That's not okay. And I'm sorry, but, like, if you support, like, the things that are happening in Palestine right now, get the fuck out of my stream. Like, this is just, like, an ongoing thing in America, in the world. I don't know why everyone feels this need to push other people down all the time, to feel like they're on their high horse all the time. Even from, like, an argumentative perspective, when people are lecturing people, or when people are debating other people, it never comes from a point of, oh my God, I wish that I can showcase my ideology and change their mind. It's, my ideology is superior. You're wrong, and you're less of a person because of it. That's insane. It's so insane. It's so insane, dude. How do people not see this as insane? Like, why can't we all... As cliched as it is, why can't we all just be kind? Why can't we all just be nice? Why can't we just treat other people as human beings with lives of their own, with people that depend on them, people they care about, with mouths to feed or pets to feed? With you know, we deserve basic luxuries. For people to be like, yeah, if you want to have a livable life, maybe you shouldn't be buying coffee at Starbucks once a week. You deserve to have fucking coffee once a week, dude. Like, don't let people tell you that you don't deserve nice things. We all deserve nice things. Like, it's so crazy to be like, yeah, sorry, your generation doesn't work hard enough. You don't deserve niceties in your life. That's such a crazy thing to think. No? Right? Like, I'm not alone in thinking that people deserve to have nice things, that it's okay for people to have a lovable life, right? That life shouldn't just be suffering all the time. I don't understand where this mentality came from. That sorry, I'm in the in crowd and you're in the out crowd, so I deserve to have niceties and you don't. You know, I'm Israeli, I'm Jewish, so I deserve this land, I deserve your home, and you deserve to die. You deserve to starve to death. Like, that's crazy to me. And I didn't mean to make it about politics, and I'm sorry if politics are not what you signed up for. And I tried to make it as generic and outgoing as possible without directly calling out personal politics. But, like, it's literally a sickness that is plaguing the entire human race. I think that there are in-groups and there are out-groups, and there are microcosm in-groups and microcosm out-groups, right? I think that throughout my entire life, I have been in the in-group. And I think that seeing the out-group made me sick. Genuinely made me sick. Because when I was a part of the in-group, it wasn't, oh my god, I need to protect this and make sure no one takes my in-group status. It was, why can't everyone have this? Why can't everyone be in the in-group? Right? Why is it that things have to be exclusive? Why does there have to be an elite? Why do people want to be in the elite? Why can't everyone just be good? Dude, I talk about this all the time. I used to talk about this all the time. I remember in 9th grade, 10th grade, even before then, sitting in the lunchroom playing on my DS Pokemon X and Y. I remember sitting there playing Pokemon X and Y, playing Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire on my DS. And people being like, oh my god, you play on your DS, you're a fucking kid. Dude, I was 14 years old in the lunchroom in high school. Of course I'm playing on my DS, fucking bitch. And then, all of a sudden, Pokemon Go came out. Oh my god, I love Pokemon. Oh my god, I love... Oh, but, you know, Dane plays on his DS instead of on his iPhone, so that's kind of cringe. And this was before cringe even got said, right? And then anime became a big thing, right? Attack on Titan Season 6, which was actually Season 4 for the third time, came out. And people decided that Attack on Titan was going to be super mainstream. It wasn't cool to like Attack on Titan in 2012, I can tell you that. But in 2018, all of a sudden, Attack on Titan got really, really cool. Same thing with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer came out, everyone was like, wow, anime is really, really cool. But let me tell you, like, if someone who likes anime, in quotation marks, is like, oh, dude, you like anime? What's your favorite anime? And I say Monogatari, and they're like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of obscure. I like One Piece and Naruto and Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. It's like, dude, you're allowed to like those things, but you're not better than me because you like those things, and I'm not better than you because I like what I like. I don't know. Let's play Twilight Princess. No, you're genuinely 100% correct. I think that it's objectively worse because there is it's kind of like being a woman, if I'm being honest. Not that I can relate to being a woman, but I can say there is a role that is assigned to you as a black man to say, oh no, you can't be a skater. Skating is a white thing, right? Tony Hawk. You can't like video games. Video games is a nerd thing. And being black means that you have to be an athlete, right? It means you have to play basketball. It means you have to play football, right? That's what's assigned to you. It's not cool to be a black skater. It's not cool to be a black video game nerd. It's not cool to be a black anime fan back then, right? All of these things are assigned to you due to your race. Just like how being a woman, there are so many roles that are assigned to being a woman. Like, why? Why, dude? Like, genuinely, why? Why isn't it like this? Why do these things exist in our life? Why are we taught to hate other people, to be self-serving, when it can be so much easier and so much more fulfilling to just not, to just be inclusive of everyone? You know, to not be selfish. It's so easy to not be selfish. You want to know the craziest part about being selfless? You want to know the most insane part about being selfless? This is something that I had to come to terms with as a child when I was when I was realizing all of these things about the world in my own purview, like my own world ideologies. And for the record, when I was in high school, I was a fucking dickhead, right? When I first met Eric, TLG, in chat, when I first met him, like, I was using slurs regularly. Like, I was so uninformed about the ways of the world, and I still held these values in my head. Like, the craziest part about being selfless is that when you're selfless towards other people, they do acts of kindness to you too. You get a reward for being a good person, as opposed to not. When you're entirely self-serving, all you do is create enemies, dude. All you do is create enemies. All you do are get people coming at your throat. When you create an entirely inclusive environment, everyone just helps each other. Everyone just does really nice things for each other. You don't have to worry about anything. There's no stress or anxiety in your life. You don't have to worry about your friends fucking hating you because There's nothing to hate. You're like, oh, of course my friends don't hate me. They did this, that, and this for me. And I did this, that, this, and this for them. And it's not transactional. It's not like, oh, you owe me this because I did this for you. It's because I like you and you like me and we take care of each other. That's what being in a relationship is, romantic or non. Like, that's just being a human. I've said rant over like 4 times, but all of this because I feel like in every community that I have been a part of, it just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse. And I feel so disgusting that I like literally couldn't fix it. Not gonna lie, I saw a lot of growth within your first year of college, Dan, just as far as that goes. But I definitely agree, you've always had these morals since I met you in 2017. Yep, 2017. And yeah, I agree. I think that meeting people and expanding my worldviews fixed me, undoubtedly. Like, fixed me as a person. I became a lot more considerate, for sure. There was a time in my life where I always say, damn, I was a bad person, but I think the proper term for it is I was very inconsiderate of other people. I was very, this is the way that it's going to be, and that's it, right? This is the way that it's going to be, and if you don't like it, then you don't like me, and we can go our separate ways. And nowadays, from my time at VCU and from my time meeting people in 14 or online or whatever, I have only come to know that there's a lot of people in the world. And it takes so little to just be accommodating, right? To just use the words that get your point across without making other people feel badly about themselves, right? And I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I'd hope that I can be the type of person that I'd hope that I can be the type of person I'm proud of in 10 years, right? That every day, that's what I'm trying to do. Also, I have not played Metroid Dread, if that's what you're asking with regards to Dread. And yeah, Doc, we met in 2015, 2016 when I started playing Grand Blue. So a long time ago. Long time ago. But yeah, I've probably known Doc longer than I've known anyone in chat. Although we've definitely had more downtime than everyone else, so yeah. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy time. I have 4 missed messages. What is this? Oh, interesting. I miss playing you in Smash, though, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I miss Smash an absurd amount. Like, genuinely an absurd amount. And not from a perspective of, like, I miss the good old days, but I miss having something that I could devote myself to, like, seriously. Like, having something that I work towards being. And I left because I felt like I wasn't making meaningful progress towards that goal. I went to 14 where I felt like my time was better respected. And then 14 deleted everything that I enjoyed. So here I am not playing 14 anymore. But I 100% miss having that thing that drove me, for sure. For sure. All right, let's play Twilight Princess. That kills? Like fully charged F Smash at 280. Crazy time indeed, but glad that we're still keeping strong and I'm seeing your growth and sharing life. I agree. That's what living's all about. 1 hour and a half yap session with Twilight Princess on in the background. It's peak. That's like, I'd say that's like the most classic Dane stream experience ever. But realistically, that's like so not my streams anymore. I normally just play the game that's on stream. But, okay, but realistically, like, I know I've said realistically like 4 times in the past 10 sentences, but you guys know the words to say to get me riled up, okay? Bring up Smash, bring up fighting games, bring up 14, bring up game design, and I'm gonna rant for an hour and a half. Like that's how that is. That's just how that is. I do think that it's great. So I've recently, I don't know if everyone's YouTube shorts are like completely synced. I don't know how if everyone else's YouTube shorts are completely synced, but I've been getting movie clips of the King's speech about like King George the Sixth, right? And his speech impediment and how he got over that. And a massive part of his growth was him learning that he doesn't have a stutter when he gets really, really angry. When he's shouting, he doesn't have that stutter. It's crazy when I like get going on a rant, I feel every piece of anxiety and like stress evaporate from my body. The only thing that my brain is focusing on is getting out the words that I want to complain about. I don't know. I like movies, so I get a lot of movie clips on my YouTube shorts. A lot of movie clips on my YouTube shorts. But enough talk of sadness. I have a favor to ask of you, Link. I was supposed to deliver something to the royal family of Hyrule the day after tomorrow. Yes, it was a task set to me by the mayor, but would you go in my stead? Stead? You have never been to Hyrule, right? In the kingdom of Hyrule, there is a great castle, and around it is Castletown, a community far bigger than our little village. That's actually crazy, because I'm pretty sure the village is actually, like, way bigger than Castletown. And far bigger than Hyrule is the rest of the world the gods created. You should look upon it all with your own eyes. When did this game come out? This game came out in 2007, right? This is the HD remake. But they obviously kept, like, all the assets for the most part. But for 2007, this game looks pretty good, no? It is getting late. We should head back to the village. I will talk to the mayor about this matter. Like, this is a GameCube game, dude. Four bedroom, 3 bathroom, head ass. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm playing Twilight Princess. Man, it's been Twilight for a lot. I feel like I've been yapping for an hour and a half and the sun hasn't moved at all in this game. There is a day-night cycle in this game, isn't there? Dude, I'm probably gonna make like no progress in this game before I turn off stream. Yeah. I'm so glad Amy came in when we actually started playing the game instead of me yapping for an hour and a half. No way. No way you guys mute me. I was here. Well, I appreciate you being here. I always appreciate when people stop by stream. I have noticed, however, that when I play story-oriented games, people tend to not show up after the second or third one because they feel like they get behind in the story. And then they're like, damn, well, I'm not caught up, so I don't want to hop in the stream anymore. I think that I need to play more games that are more gameplay oriented rather than narrative oriented. And that's not to say that I didn't enjoy playing Deltarune, but I do think that it's like less good of a viewer experience. And I tried numbering my streams to make it so the VODs were like in order and you could like easily check which one's which. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying, right? Master Mode for my first time experience. I did see there's like a streamer named Quincy, I think is his name. Do I need to go this way? Where am I going? My controls kind of feel off. Let me go this way. I think I need a 60 FPS thing. Locke, are you still here? Or did you have to go to your meeting? Is there a 60 FPS patch for this game? Because I'm certainly feeling the 30. What was it? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Deltarune was super, super fun. But I think that I think that, like, for me as a small streamer, it's not the best viewership experience. Oh, sorry. What I was saying was there's a streamer named Quincy that is playing through Minecraft, but he has never played Minecraft or seen anything on it. So it's like his blind experience, like going through the world of Minecraft and like figuring out everything, like figuring out how to make a nether portal and like how to do, like his only thought going into Minecraft, because all he's seen is like YouTube thumbnails, is that you beat Minecraft by living for 100 days. Because that's what like every Minecraft YouTuber does. It's like, I did 100 days in X world Minecraft, blah, blah, blah. And like, obviously, if you've ever played Minecraft, that's not how you play Minecraft, right? So he's like going through it. I think that's like super cool to go through, watch someone like experience something like Minecraft with no prior knowledge. Is there a game like that you guys would like to see me do? Is Terraria a game like that? What do they want me to do? They want me to do this? I mean, I'm about as blind as I can be. I did like those 2 seconds that I played with everyone, but I wouldn't exactly call that playing. Dude, this game's so good. Dude, I fucking love Twilight Princess. Am I insane, or does the game look better than I remember it? Yeah, you're very right about that, Amy. No, the game like definitely looks better. No? I think that the emulator's probably putting in a lot of work. I think that the game like looks way better than it would on Wii U. I'm gonna give you the same response, Eric, that I've told everyone. It'll come out when it comes out. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I don't want them to rush it, but I had this conversation fairly recently as well. That I think that they have like done damage to their public eye because of their inability to do PR. Oh my god, you motherfucker. Get in there, bitch. There we go. Like, the fact that Team Cherry has literally said nothing over the past, what, 6 years? Like, dude, Hollow Knight used to be one of the biggest games of all time. And it still has like a fan base, it still has a following, but it's been 6 years, man. Like, it's gone downhill. They have lost good graces with the public because of this. Of their inability to just communicate. To just be like, hey guys, we're still working on it. Like, they've said nothing. They've said nothing, man. It probably does. I don't know how you're playing it, which is def through emulator on PC, which is the reason why. But yeah, I'm running on Simu, which is like the Wii U emulator. But I'm like relatively certain that oh my god, shut up. Yeah, like, and listen, they're allowed to do whatever it is that they want, for sure. Like, it's their game, it's their product that they're doing. But like they literally do have bad PR, like really bad PR. And it is actively hurting the release of their game for sure. Like Silksong's going to come out and I can guarantee you it is not going to have the sales that it would have if it came out as a worse game 4 years ago. Hey! Bump, 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 bump. What the? There we go. Bump, 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 bump. Why is Link doing that? Thank you. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, I don't think I want to go there. There we go. Hollow Knight devs are more silent than that one family member that disappears and doesn't communicate with the family and never. I wonder if they'll ever make anything after that. Surely. I feel like if you're a game designer, you never stop making games. Right? That's just the way that works. Big ass forehead, have an ass. There was a person that I went to high school with that had a forehead and general face structure and hair structure like that one girl. And I used to always call that one girl her. And I'm not gonna lie, that might be like the meanest thing I've ever done. Whoops. Am I supposed to be to jump? Hello. That is a Zelda classic, Amy. From Genesis to Revelation. What am I supposed to hit here? I'm supposed to hit the beehive, right? Yep. Bonk. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, and then I go here, and then here, and then here, and then I shoot at the monkey. It's crazy that we're never gonna get a game like this ever again. I hate Breath of the Wild, dude. Next stream, you'll get the Breath of the Wild rant. I've ranted about enough topics today. We can continue talking about we can continue talking about any of the things that I discussed previously, but I will not be discussing my hatred of Breath of the Wild today. Dolphin, this is Simu. Have you though? I hate that all things need to be open world now. Yep. You can blame Breath of the Wild. You can blame Breath of the Wild. Who do I bring this to? I bring it up here, right? Yep. Yeah, this is Twilight Princess HD, not the original Twilight Princess. Crimson Chin have an ass. Thank you. Okay, do I need the Wii U gamepad for this? Oh, I do. Okay. Okay, so I go items. Oh, maybe it's not like this. Oh, my Wii U gamepad is not touchscreen. Understood. Okay, so I go L. How do I get to my items? Yeah, this. Set it to. Oh, okay. And then. Okay, I'm actually pretty good at the fishing spot. It does not take me 2 hours for fishing. I can probably do the entire fishing area in like 30 minutes. Where's the windmill? Mimi! Mimi, I'm playing the game that you're named after. Okay, you can just walk away from me as well. No worries. So those of you in stream who I haven't spoken to in quite a long time, I got a cat, got a little kitty cat. Her name is Midna. Her name was Midna from, what's it called? Like from the shelter. I did not name her that. And so I call her Mimi. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Yeah, she was Midna out the gate. She is a white cat with a black tail and a couple of spots on her face. She's very cute. I think I posted a picture of her on Twitter. But she is very shy. She doesn't like me. So, we're taking baby steps. Yeah, I've only gotten her or had her for like a week. And she was in the, she's a year old and she was in the pound for 6 months. So like half of your lifespan living in a box and suddenly you're in a brand new location with people that you're like not used to taking care of you. It's a pretty big adjustment, so. All right, now I need to grab the bottle, right? It's locked. Wait, isn't that the store? Oh no, this is the store. Hello. Thank you. Okay, now I go out here. And I use my bottle. Let's drink it. And then I go get the larva, right? Well, she's predominantly white. She's undoubtedly like a super white cat. There was another cat at the shelter that was what's it called? That was like looked like a Midna, like super dark and spotted and stuff. But all of the kittens were already taken. Oh right, this is what I did. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought it was kind of meant to be. She also is like super low maintenance. Like she wasn't jumping all over me at the shelter. She kind of just let me pet her. So I was like, I kind of like you. So I went ahead and picked her up. Oh God, camera, save me. But she's very apprehensive of me. She doesn't like when I move in her direction. She kind of runs away from me, but that's fine. What am I supposed to do with the larva? Does anyone know? I like literally can't remember. Link, I saw all that. Calling down a hawk. What is this? Fado's house. Boom, 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 boom. 30 rupees. I'm 7 rupees shy. Bum, 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 bum. Well, where do I get the last 7 rupees? Is it just throwing pumpkins? Whoops. Alright, there's 1. 2. Nothing. 3. 4 more. 4. That's it. 9. Alright, now give me your slingshot. I'll buy it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. We'll do it like this. Damn. Did anyone ever watch the new season of Futurama? Was that any good? Oh, what's up, bro?
Hey.
Ah, just in time, Link. I just delivered something to your room. So you got the fishing rod. Colin will be pleased. And it works better than you would think, right? Well, have a good one. That is not how people talk. I didn't even know there was a new season. I feel like anytime they do a reboot of like a beloved... What's it called? Of like a beloved show, it never is as good. They've recently made a King of the Hill reboot. I don't know. I feel like King of the Hill is like sacred. Can't just make another one, dude. Oh god. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like last time I did this, I had gyroscope controls. Bonk. Where are the other ones? There we go. God, that forehead is insane. Yeah. Mimi. Mimi. Hi. Are you scared of me still? She's just staring at me. She's like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Okay, you can go back into my room. Go eat the food that I paid for you. I'm certain you love it. Fuck me. Alright, where's that little gift you had for me? Holy moly, I got the wooden sword. It's so easy to use, just press B. Bumpa-dumpa-dump. Bumpa-dumpa-dump. Hello. I do have a sword. Have you had your communal dinner with Miss Mimi Midna? I did at the very beginning of stream. I set out some wet food for her and I ate my spaghetti. But I don't know. She wasn't super receptive to it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Jump attack? I forgot I was in a boss battle in Breath of Fire 2. The motherfucker is tough. Monkey! Monkey to Luffy. Bum, 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 bum. Dude, this game is so good. How is it just like peak 24/7? That baby is so fucking funny, dude. I love Mallow Mart. I'm not. I have no game carry. You already know. Women do not like me. Unfortunately for me, the only women I've ever liked in my life are all gay. Epona. Hello. Thank you. Why I like real men when I can goon over 2D men instead? Amy, that's why I fuck with you. You keep it real. You keep it so real. Is that an enemy? I am so used to Skyward Sword that I just tried to use the right stick to what's it called? I tried to use the right stick to swing my sword. Dude, I haven't played Skyward Sword in like a year. Is this the, Get out of here, Keese. Yeah. I open you up. Oh, fuck. Open. Skyward Sword did irreversible damage. No, it's reversible. Nah, Amy likes the doomed yaoi, but that's the extent of it. At least to my knowledge. There might be more that she likes, but that's the extent of it that I know she likes. She likes Lucy Sandy, which, like, to be fair, who doesn't? You know, Lucy Sandy, you're kind of goated. I need to go up here, right? How do I open this? I don't even remember. Where's the key? Well, you win some, you lose some. Doc, they said the last story patch was on, what's it called? The last story patch is the 22nd. They did say they were going to do a part 2. But our story is ending, undoubtedly. Although, Lucy and Sandy aren't part of the main story, so there might be hope. Dude, where am I going? You'd think I haven't played this game before. Okay, like, you say that, right? You say it took them 11 years to finish the story. They didn't even finish the story, man. Like, they skipped. We've only gone to 3 Skydoms. Nothing was resolved with Loki. Loki just is a fucking evil guy. But now he's our friend? Like, okay. When Granddad kick your ass? To my knowledge, Granddad and Grandmom are both in the most recent story. And I mainly know that because I know that Grandmom is going to be the next ultimate fight. You have a mom? Yes, we do have a mom. Oh, wait, it's this place. Dude, this game is so good. I'm not buying shit from you, dude. Honestly, that's pretty surprising as well. I feel like they definitely could have just been like, and so we created the singularity from ether. Tokuiten. Hey, money. Do the monkey screeches kind of sound like me when I'm talking about anything? No, Gran kind of is Jesus adjacent. And to be fair, I do think that like most stories in general that undergo the hero's journey in some capacity are Jesus allegories. Like Harry Potter is a Jesus allegory, Percy Jackson is a Jesus allegory, you know. Most stories that are like that kind of do they are basically Jesus. But I don't know. Just because a story's been told over and over again doesn't mean it's not worth telling. Hollow Knight is very Jesus. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The vessel. The knight. I'm walking on water. You can call me Harry Potter. Oh my god. That might be the best line of all time. Oh, Epona. Do I meet Midna soon? I kind of wanted to meet Midna before I call stream. You motherfucker. I knew you were going to do that, you piece of shit. Here, here. She's in my house. I guess you make a good point. Now, unfortunately, I do still... Oh, my... Dude, I'm gonna fucking kill this. No worries, no worries. This is my favorite game. This is my favorite game. There we go. Oh no. Please, 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 please. Thank you. You too. Thank you. All right, 131.06. Honestly, that's probably what's it called? That's probably a world record. World's most recent, yeah. Oh my god, childhood friend. Surely you're not going to forget about me and then fall in love with a fish. Do you think it's racist to call the Zora fish? Like, do they recognize that they are fish people? Or is that, like, not... Oh, yeah. Eric, I'm going to SmashCon. I'll be there on Saturday. I'm flying in just to hang out with Nick for a day. I'm not really, like, going to spend a whole lot of time at SmashCon. Mermen would be more appropriate. Okay, but you're still admitting that they are fish adjacent, no? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be like in the Nova area. Realistically, I'm not gonna be spending too much time at the venue. But yeah, I'm coming in like Saturday morning, leaving Sunday morning. Oh, you're moving, new place, big moves. Half fish, half men. Yeah, exactly. So they're still fish. We call them fish people. Half fish, half people. Yeah, living alone has been... So I definitely miss, like, human companionship, for sure. Like, being readily available to live, or to, like, be near people. I will say, in terms of, like, having my own space, living alone is the play. That is good. It's certainly way more costly, but living alone is undoubtedly the play. You have to give them the sword? Okay. Yeah. No, you're gonna hurt the monkeys. Why does everyone have a wicked dome in this game? They're literally like inbred country people. Like, you have to understand. Oh, right. No, you're so right, Amy. I remember. The apartment's pretty cool. Used to be a business, and then the room I'm in has a walk-in safe. Oh, shit. Oh. Here we go. I miss Skyward Sword where you could sprint crawl. I'm not used to no sprint. Okay, the only reason that I have automod on for chat filter is because I don't want someone coming in and like saying slurs or saying hate speech. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Okay, hold on a sec. Let's be completely honest for a second. Skyward Sword was not the greatest game, but it had good things in it for sure. Yeah, Epona is best girl. I should replay Ocarina of Time. Would you guys be down for an Ocarina of Time playthrough? I don't think I've played Ocarina of Time since I was like a kid. Since I was like 13. Okay. I'm about to get crucified on stream right here. I think Majora's Mask fucking sucks. Oh, you did your first Steel Soul? Let's go. Okay, I tried to play Hollow Knight on Switch. I say recently, but I mean like 2 years ago. And dude, playing on Switch versus playing on PC is like literally night and day. Like, I don't think I can play games on Switch ever. Maybe Hollow Knight Switch 2 is different. Oh no, Eric. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Well, it was probably the Triforce of Courage protected us. Right? They were like, I don't want to fuck with that guy. Guys, guys, guys! She's about to be on screen. She's about to be on screen. Guys, 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 guys. Ow! Baby, I'm praying on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive, just like animals. Animals, like animals. I can smell your scent for miles. Oh! Guys. Okay, we have to keep on playing, right? We can't end it here. Okay, is it really a love of lollies, or is it just a love of good characters and they just so happen to be small? Hi. Hi, Midna. Oh my god. I love Midna so much. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, the Midna yawn. So iconic. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, we can end the stream here. I'm not gonna lie, we can end the stream here. I heard the Midna yawn, and I was like, alright, I got my fix. Alright, we come back tomorrow, same time, same place. Alrighty. Well, I had a blast talking. Obviously, we didn't do very much playing today. But I shall be at work. Damn, you work late. Well, I do always put up the VODs on my YouTube channel, which I believe should be linked somewhere in my linked stuff on my Twitch channel. But yeah, if you ever want to tune in or watch, literally all of my VODs are on my YouTube channel. So I get off around midnight. God damn. God damn. All right. Well, chef life. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get ready for bed and wash up, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and thanks so much for coming and hang out with me. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.